What happens when an AR company puts their absolute best into a product? You get something truly amazing. This is the VITURE Luma Ultra, and they're much more than just screens on glasses. At first glance, they look subtle, almost minimal. But behind that design is some of the most advanced display technology ever fitted into a pair of glasses. Pair them with the Neckband Pro, this lightweight collar that rests on your shoulders, and suddenly, you're not just wearing glasses, you're wearing a computer. Not a companion device, not a fancy display. A full Android system running 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, capable of doing nearly anything your smartphone or tablet can. You have full access to the Google Play Store. That means productivity apps, emulators, streaming platforms, editing software, even games, all running natively right there in front of your eyes. The possibilities here are endless. And the best part, you don't need to plug into a computer or a phone. The neckband handles it all. You're looking at a standalone Android workstation, one that fits into a small backpack, projects into thin air, and goes anywhere you do. And when you start using it, that's when you realize what VITURE has built here isn't just impressive. It's bold. Inside each lens sits Sony's latest micro-OLED panels, capable of 1250 nits of peak brightness. The image feels alive, with deep blacks and vivid colors. Field of view? Wide enough to feel cinematic, yet crispy edge to edge. Something even earlier Luma Pro couldn't match. Use them in a dark room or on a bright flight. They never struggle to deliver a perfectly visible image. Physical buttons on the sides let you adjust volume, brightness, and color profiles. Tap once more and the electrochromic film activates. The world around you dims and the screen takes center stage. It's like pulling a digital curtain around your reality. But the real magic begins when you raise your hands. Those two small cameras on the front, they don't just watch, they understand. Pinch to select, grab to resize, swipe through floating windows. You're not touching a screen, you're reaching into one. The first time I used it, it felt like a sci-fi movie come to life. I was editing a video in LumaFusion, dragging and dropping clips in mid-air, scrubbing timelines with my fingers. It was surreal. Now it's not perfect. In dark environments like on a plane, the camera sometimes struggles to track your hands. But when it works, it's pure magic. Movies and games look phenomenal on these. 152-inch virtual screen floating right in front of you. Crisp, colorful, and bright. For most people, it's the sweet spot. But if you want something even larger, wait for the Beast model coming next. You know, overall, using the VITURE Luma Ultra has been, it's been a lot of fun, to be honest with you. The hand tracking really surprised me. I thought that it was going to be not as developed, but the more I used it, the more I realized how good it is. Okay, it definitely has its limitations. Okay, I said that in my video, it has its limitations. The little cameras on each side, okay, they are designed to track your hands. If they don't get enough light, okay, if you're in a situation where you're in a dark room, it's not going to see your hands. Okay, so you just need to make sure that you have some sort of light source close to you, like a little lamp or, just a little bit more lighting. Like if you're outside in a nice, bright sunny day, or even inside, you're not going to have any problems. Okay, the tracking works really well in those conditions. Now, one of the things that I forgot to mention in the video is that you can plug in just an external hard drive. In this particular case, I had this one. This is by Charge, and I don't recommend using this thing like for recording, like on an iPhone specifically, because it does have a fan built in and it makes noise. But if you're connecting it to your Neckband Pro, it's a hard drive. So you can drag and drop your videos from the Neckband Pro into this hard drive. That's what I was doing when I was recording those videos of like all the videos that you saw of me actually like using the Ultras with the Neckband Pro. Those were all uploaded or moved into this little hard drive. Now this becomes really handy when, you know, you're out and about and you're, you know, shooting, you know, videos and content, taking pictures. You can just get one of those little SD card readers and just connect it via USB-C, and now you can see all of your photos and videos straight in your Luma Ultras. And of course, if you want, you can just edit the videos and photos right off of the Neckband Pro. Like I mentioned in my video, I was using LumaFusion, and LumaFusion works surprisingly well, but there are definitely limitations. Like this is not a full-blown editing device, okay? This is not going to replace your high-powered laptop and desktop. It's great for just like very minimal cutting, a little bit of color grading, but once you start adding effects and all these different crazy things, you're definitely going to see the Neckband Pro slow down. Now, the other thing that I did not mention is that you can use the Neckband Pro and the Luma Ultra with like small little keyboards and little mice. And that actually works really well because it is a full Android device. Now, imagine like I was in an airplane and I had this like little foldable keyboard that I just bought off Amazon. It was like $30, and my little mouse with me. And that is, it's a nicer interface when you want to actually, you know, write an email, or if you want to, you know, put together a little document. If you want to edit videos, it is a little bit better for that than rather than using your hands and just dragging and dropping. It's just a little bit faster. So like imagine, you know, you're in a coffee shop and you have this whole setup around you and you got your little keyboard and mouse and everything, something that just like is really small and compact. And this now allows you to have 3 monitors in front of you, okay, which is just a multitask, as compared to having a laptop with me. Like even right now I have a MacBook Pro that's 16 inches. Sometimes this thing is like a real burden to carry around. But, you know, having a Neckband Pro with the Luma glasses, I'm like, the 3 monitors that are in front of me, man, look so good. And it just allows me to multitask just much, much better. Now, this entire video, I know that I was using the Luma Ultras with the Neckband Pro, but you do not need to get the Neckband Pro. You can just hook this up to your iPhone, whatever iPhone. I was using it with my iPhone 17 Pro, with my 15 Pro, with my iPad Pro, with my MacBook Pro, and it works with all of those devices. Now, you're going to need to get the Spacewalker app, and you need to get the XR charging cable dongle. Once you have that and you launch the app, you're going to be able to have 3 different screens in front of you. And if you're on your computer, you can stack them up, you know, in a different way, like top to bottom, side to side. And you can also have like an ultra wide screen, and it looks really, really nice. And of course, the XR charging cable charges your device as you're using your device with the Luma Ultras. Now, when you get the Luma Ultras and the Neckband Pro, okay, the first thing that I recommend you do is launch the gesture control training app. Okay, it's already pre-built, it's already part of your dashboard. Just trust me, launch that and learn how to use gesture tracking, because I was getting frustrated trying to figure it out by myself, okay? And that really, it just made me frustrated because it was my fault. I didn't learn, okay? I didn't launch the app to learn how to properly pinch, how to properly, zoom in and out, and how to use different gestures that I, could have never figured out by myself, okay? Just make sure you watch the little tutorial. It's like 5 minutes long, and it's like step by step, and it's intuitive, so you're like learning as you go along, okay? So just make sure you launch that app. Now, the gestures definitely take getting used to, okay? You're not gonna just pop these on and start like gesturing around. You're gonna learn what the limitations are, okay? You're gonna learn what you can and cannot do. There's a lot that you can do, okay? You can definitely drag and drop clips like I was doing with the LumaFusion. You can pinch to zoom. That's kind of like almost something that you would expect to be able to do, but there are other gestures, okay? And you're gonna quickly learn how to properly pinch, how to properly zoom. All of those things are gonna come with just time as you're using the device. So definitely don't get frustrated. Don't be like me. Make sure you watch the tutorial, okay? So yeah, my final thoughts about the Luma Ultras and the Neckband Pro. Man, this is truly, truly future tech, okay? This is something that you have to experience for yourself to truly appreciate how amazing it is. Like there's this little app that they have already pre-built. It's basically our solar system. and you launch it and you see all of our planets just like in 3D space floating right there in front of you. And as you move closer to the planets, it's actually like just floating there in midair, and you're getting like closer to that planet. You can, of course, select the planet, and then there's like this little history thing that starts, talking about what each planet is, how large it is, and all these different things. So just a very, very cool little demo to kind of just show you the quality of just the AR in action. And of course, because it is AR, and just like the Luma Pros and the upcoming Luma Beasts, you can watch 3D movies. Okay, everything turns into 3D. You can watch 3D movies. They even give you like, a couple of websites that you can subscribe to, and they have a nice playlist of 3D movies that you can check out. 3D gaming. Okay, you can do that with these as well. The Luma Ultras are literally, they are the best of what VITURE has to offer. They have the best screens by Sony, like I mentioned, 1250 nit brightness. They are edge to edge clear, like really truly edge to edge clear. Like you see a cutoff point at the, like if you're looking far left, for example, you'll see a clean cutoff point where the screen cuts off and where it goes into blackness. This is not like a soft image at the edges. This is a clean cut, and this is what the Sony panels are all about. So who are these Luma Ultras for? Okay, if you're somebody that really appreciates tech, if you want to start getting into AR, but you don't want to carry those big AR goggles or these things with you in front of your face, this is truly something you can travel with. Like I said, I had this on an airplane with me, and they just look like regular glasses. I don't have to take them off when I disembark. I can just walk on out with them, hit the little button on the side, and the chromic filter just turns off, and now I can see right through them. Okay, this is like the benefit of these compared to the big old goggles that, everybody is used to. This is for people that kind of like want it all. Okay, you can definitely work on them. They have a 152-inch nice crispy screen. Like I mentioned, the AR. But if you want a larger screen, okay, the Luma Beasts are going to have a bit of a larger screen. It's like 172 inches if I'm not mistaken. And those do not have AR capabilities. They don't have the little, cameras on each side. But they are going to be a bit nicer when it comes to just media consumption, like watching Netflix, watching 3D movies, playing games, and, even working on them, of course. But for those who want it all and you want AR, this is worth checking out, and they definitely live up to the hype. So guys, that is it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave those questions in the comment section. I will be more than happy to help you answer anything. I have been using them for quite a while now, and I am truly happy, and I absolutely love using them. It's just such cool technology, man. Just kicking back on my couch and just seeing these big, huge monitors floating in front of me. It just feels so cool, man. It's such a cool experience. So yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.